How's it going, guys? As you can see, we got a new device in house, and I'm going to walk you through and tell you exactly why I now am a proud owner of the Nexus 6. Let's get started. Alright, and as previously stated, as I'm sure you can see by the title as well, I'm about to upset a couple of Samsung fanboys out there. So earlier this month, well, basically on the 1st of this month, I was eligible for my upgrade. So I, headed down to my store, got my upgrade, and it was a kind of a battle between, I guess, the S6 and the Edge and a couple of the other phones they had there. I haven't used a Samsung device in a couple of years just because I don't like Samsung device. I kind of prefer stock Android. I like the speed. I like the direct updates, everything like that. And TouchWiz is just for me has never been. It's never been an enjoyable experience. It's always that TouchWiz lag. No matter how much Samsung wants to say that they de-bloated or anything like that, there's still always that hint of lag that's always present no matter what Samsung tries to do. I'm sorry, it's just there. So getting off topic here. So I got my S6. I enjoyed it for I'm gonna say the first 2 or 3 days. It was great. I love the new feel of it. It definitely has a much better feel than any Samsung phone in the past has ever had, hands down. You cannot compete with that camera until the G4 comes out anyway. And the phone overall is not a bad phone. I'm not here to say that the S6 is a bad phone and try to deter you from getting it. If that's what you want to get, that's what you're going to get. In my opinion, and I will always say this no matter how many phones come out, to me, Samsung phones are the iPhones of the Android world. People get them because either they hear all the features and they know 9 times out of 10 they're not going to use half the features it comes with, but because it's jam-packed with as much stuff as they possibly can get in it, they want to get it, and because it's a Samsung phone. If you put that kind of title on any other phone or that much hype behind any other phone, you can turn any Android phone into that type of phone. If LG had the team behind them to actually advertise it well and everything like that, then LG could easily step into the place of Samsung, which I think they will be doing soon with the new LG G4 coming out. But that's beyond the point. So I got to S6, like I said, I enjoyed it, but that lag is still there. I watched countless reviews before I got the device, and I saw everyone says little to no lag, but there is still lag, and it's very present, especially as you go on. Now Samsung does have, the S6 does have the issue with the memory leak where you can have a decent amount of apps open, but eventually when you try to go back to your home screen, it redraws everything or closes some stuff. And with 3 gigs of RAM in the device, I was finding myself after a week constantly having only about 424 megabytes of remaining RAM left. I don't download many apps, I don't play many games, I don't have many intensive things running on my device. There was no reason for me to have only 400 megabytes constantly. Now, like I said, I know it's a Samsung issue that eventually they will maybe release an update to fix that or to improve that a little bit, and then you'll see better performance out the S6, but as of right now it is not. So luckily I was still within my 14 days to get another device, and I knew for a fact I wanted to give the Nexus 6 a try, and none of the Sprint stores in my area had the Nexus device, so I had to go out to Virginia, and I found probably my home store. I will gladly drive 30 minutes to that store every time I need assistance. Everyone in there was awesome. All the Sprint stores in my area are pretty not that good when it comes to customer service. These guys were awesome. I will link their address to the store for anyone who's watching this video who lives in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, Baltimore, or whatever. So I traded back in the S6, got my Nexus 6, and I could not be any happier. The Nexus 6 is the best Android phone in my opinion right now. Now, I know there's lots of other phones. I know this phone is quite old when it comes to Android phones. Android phones pop out, it seems like every month with the latest and greatest. Yes, that is true. This phone is old, but the specs inside are easily what keeps it still a contender in my opinion. Now it still has 3 gigabytes of RAM, and unlike Samsung, I constantly keep a steady 1.7 gigs left on this device, no matter what I'm doing. We'll just pop over into settings now, and we'll go to my RAM and see what we're looking at right now. 1.5 gigs left of RAM left, and that is, I have apps on here, I have open apps, I have things going on Well, not much right now, but even when I have lots of apps going on, which I'm going to show later, no matter what, I still have over 1 gigs left of RAM constantly. And no matter what I throw at this phone, I've tried to slow this phone down and I just have not been able to do so. Now, of course, with Android in the whole, you're going to see some slowdown every now and again. I mean, it's inevitable. But with this device, it is as minimum as I think is possible in a device. Now, of course, if you have an S6 or any other phone, you can root, install, CyanogenMods, mods, install anything like that. But nothing beats just being able to know that you have a great phone without you having to root and do those other stuff. A lot of people don't want to root. A lot of people don't want to do all that extra stuff with their phone. They want to buy the phone and use the phone as it was intended. So for everyone like that, this phone will allow you to do that. If you are in it for the camera, this is not the device for you. If your main priority is camera and raw video taking ability, then you do want to go with the S6 or wait for the G4. If camera isn't your pride and joy, if it's not all you're focused on, and you can look past that, then this phone is absolutely amazing. Every time I pick the phone up, it's a joy. It's never a pain. It's never do I really want to check my phone as much as I am the battery I need to get through the day. I never have to worry about that. Now, this phone also doesn't have the best battery. If you're looking for a battery champion, then you want to go with the Notes, the Samsung Note series. The Note 4, I mean, you can't really compete with that battery. The battery is ridiculous. You can try to kill it as much as you want. You won't be able to do it. But this phone can get you through the entire day with no problem, little to no problem, I've seen. Now, if you're playing games and watching movies all day, then good luck with that. But if you're not doing that, you're using your phone like a normal consumer or even a power user, checking social media, web browsing, YouTube here and there, streaming, music, everything like that, you're gonna get through the whole day, no problem. And I have my phone constantly connected to my Moto 360, and usually I have it connected to my LG headset that the guys at the Sprint store gave me a killer discount on. Also, why I love those guys, definitely shout out to them. Like I said, my device is basically constantly connected to one of those two devices, if not both of them, and I still get through the entire day with no problem. Now, I do have my phone rooted. That was purely because I wanted to customize this part, the navigation buttons down here. I do like the stock navigation buttons, but I really like having that option to be able to customize these to my liking. So that's the main reason why I rooted. I'm still running the stock ROM. I haven't done any ROM. I'm not using Cyanogen or anything like that. You can always download Exposed, which I will be doing probably a little later today. Download Exposed just so I can get a couple of the features as far as like, adding a button. So on my recent apps, I can one tap and close everything. I love the size. At first, I wasn't that big on the size because I do prefer to use my device with one hand. Just giving the phone a try, you will get used to the size. I mean, I've seen many women using the iPhone 6 Plus with no problem. Now, you do have to do some hand gymnastics to get to the top and everything like that. But if you're using Nova Launcher, then you can just swipe down from anywhere and just get down to that. That's what I do. And if you don't want to tap the button down there to get your recents, I have a swipe up gesture to get to mine. Unnecessary, yes. I don't really need it because I can easily touch down there. But, I mean, hey, you can have a gesture. Why not have that? But I guess the most helpful is the swipe down anywhere. So if you are using this device, you have smaller hands, I would definitely get Nova Launcher and enable the swipe down feature. So you're not constantly having to reach all the way back to the top. Because for a lot of people, that is a stretch. That is a pretty decent stretch to get up there. So that is my option. That is my, I guess, tip for you guys. But from a consumer, definitely amazing phone, definitely a good buy. And to me, and this is my opinion, better buy than the S6. I said it, I'm sorry. Also, I have a Twitter account now. I made that literally 10 minutes before this video actually is being shown to you guys. So if you would like to get updates on videos that are coming, projects I have in the works, new tech, definitely go ahead over and check that out. You're gonna see it on screen right now, and it's also gonna be on the description below. If you want to go ahead and follow that, if you would like to, you're welcome to. And I thank you in advance. And until next time, guys, later.